following program is rated GE. It is suitable for general family viewing.
Alhamisi nyingine katika kipindi Mfahamu Kiongozi, nikitumai kwamba mzima popote pale ulipo. This is the place where you get to hear different stories from different leaders across the nation and even our neighbors. And today tutakuwa tukisikia story na historia ya mmoja wa kiongozi ambaye amevunja kingo za biashara. We call them trailblazers, and today we're gonna hear why she decided to move from the political beat and business beat where she is today. None other, no, walk with me and get to know who this beautiful leader is. Hi, Wish.
I'm good, thank you.
I am good too. Happy to see
Asante.
Umekuaje?
Niko mzuri.
Hapa ndio nyumbani?
Hapo ndio nyumbani.
Nimefurahi sana.
Asante.
Very beautiful. You know, I was walking nikiangalia and you have a beautiful home.
Asante.
Tell me, unaamkanga saa ngapi Mwesh? What time do you wake? What time do you wake up?
Yeah, I must be out of bed by 6 o'clock. Okay, there are times I used to wake up earlier, like 5, but now at least 5, 6 o'clock. And then I'll start my day by, let's say, by 7:38.
Yes.
I'm ready for the day. Okay. I'm ready for the day.
What is that one thing you do in the morning?
One thing I do, of course, you pray. You thank God for the night, and then you pray for God's blessing for the day. And then after that, of course, you do a bit of, even if it's 15 minutes exercise. And then from there, you come down and have your breakfast, because breakfast is important. And then you get out and go to your office.
Office, that is political office? Or unaenda kwa hii ofisi ingine ya biashara? Okay.
At the moment, I'm still starting with the office of the Keroche breweries. So I do there like 2-3 hours. And then I now start the political office.
You go the
political office, yeah. And you remember in politics, even you can be in the office, but the political office starts with phones. You know, there are many people trying to call you, consult, and ask many questions. So that's where you start, and that takes a lot of your time.
Yani business takes a little time?
Yeah, a little time for now.
Yes, for
it
now.
Takes a little time, but the politics takes a lot of time.
This beautiful woman, Tabitha Karanja, ulizaliwa wapi?
Nilizaliwa Murang'a, but brought up in the Rift Valley, that is the Kenton Kijabi, hapo. Longonot, between Longonot and the flyover, you've seen we are in a valley there. There's a valley, yes. The shamba is called Kenton Kijabi. Then that's where I went to my nursery, my primary. And then, of course, after that, I went to my secondary.
In a family of how many people?
Oh, a family of 10, and I'm the firstborn.
10?
Yes.
Your mama had
10 kids, and I was the firstborn.
You were the firstborn?
Yes.
What was in your mind while you were growing up in a family yenye ni kubwa hivyo? Manake hiyo ni familia kubwa, ama mlikuwa na uwezo?
No, hatukuwa na uwezo. My dad was employed by the government, and he was a driver. So you can imagine. And then my mom, a small-scale farmer, and with 10 kids, and we all wanted to go feed and all that. So so it's from a humble beginning. You can say it's a humble beginning. I remember maturing very early, so that to help my mom take care of even the siblings. I was one of the brightest kids in school, so many I could come and help.
Where did you school? Unajua naweza amua kuitisha rekodi.
No. I think that's not neither here nor there. But I pride on my schools, because the primary is the Kiamboko Primary School. And then we have the O levels, that is the Bahati Girls. And then my A levels again in Kapkenaga. So I did the Rift Valley, the whole whatever.
You were in the Rift Valley.
Yes.
Yeah. I want you to
but Mulima Kenya was just born. Then came
tukahama. Some of the things zilikuwa zinakupush ukiona, you say that you matured very early. Ukiona wazazi wakistruggle. Some of the memories you have as a childhood ni kama zipi?
The memories of the childhood is that we had to work, very, very hard, fetch the firewood, water, and go to the shamba to get to help mama and ensure that we are cultivating our land to ensure that we can get food. It was a dry area, so sometimes you don't find the food. You are depending on your daddy to bring the money. So sometimes you go hungry, you don't eat the 3 meals. Yes,
miss a meal.
Yes, you meet not even a meal, maybe meals.
Meals.
Yes. The one I can remember is that you have no food in the shamba, no money. So you're going to the shop to try and get to be given on credit.
Yes.
And then the credit maybe you have bypassed, so you'll be told to go home. So that day you can sleep hungry. Yeah,
and
then you're done.
In your childhood.
Yeah, in my childhood.
This is something which drove you to the woman who you are, inspired you to the woman who you are.
Yes.
I would like to hear this. Labda unipikie chai moshi, siwezi simama hapa nje. No. But you have a very beautiful home.
Thank you.
Home, a very beautiful home.
Asante sana.
Mlijenga hii nyumba like when?
That was in 2003. Yeah. In fact, to be frank, I didn't care where I was to go. So I remember his chairman who was just coming to look where to settle, because where the Keroche brewery is where we started our life.
Yes.
You know, the shamba and the home and all that. So if you come, you'll see the home is there. But then the brewery started there, so it became big. And then now we felt the children, because of now it's become a commercial and all that. Yes. We didn't know how to remove the children. So I can say it's not that I chose I want to be Runda or where. It is just that he bought a land and came, and then you are very busy. So you're not concentrating on the homes. You're concentrating on building the
space for people, building the company.
Yes, I keep on saying I tell people I gave out my place, my home in Naivasha, because that's where my children are brought up and all that. So it became we changed it to commercial, industry and all that. So now to come and look for a place to live, and we are happy that we are here.
That's a good thing. Yeah. I would still go back to your childhood memories. What was your dream as a child while you were growing up?
Definitely, I wanted to become a doctor. That is one of the things I wanted to do professionally, and then I wanted to ensure that I transform. I always say that where I'm living, I needed better life. And I needed to ensure that I transform also other people's lives. Because I could see where we are living, we can do better. Yeah, we could do better. We could do better. That's what the dream.
Then after Form 4, where did you go? Did you go to pursue this? Or dreams changed?
Dreams changed. Dreams changed, and finally I did a business administration. Yes, that's what I did.
What inspired you to change your dreams from being a doctor and now you wanted to focus on business? What really happened in between?
In me, I could feel I was an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So I wanted to do things to do with business.
Yes. Then you joined university, you studied. It was your first job. I would like to hear this before to maybe where you reside in your big house.
Yeah. Yes. Just come here. You can sit here.
Yes, thank you.
This way I normally rest in the evening when I come.
Your fireplace.
My fireplace with Mr. Karanja.
History of Mr. Karanja also. I would like to hear it, but before that,
yes.
After umefanya business administration, so which was your first job? Yeah,
I worked in the Ministry of Tourism.
Yes.
There was a new institution that was coming up. The educated people at least could get jobs that were around that institution, or who came around the Naivasha.
Yes.
So when the jobs applications arose, I was among the first people that applied. So actually we were the first people to start to work in that. Yeah. And when I was there, of course, I also met my husband.
I would like to hear how you met this wonderful man, Mr. Karanja.
Mr. Karanja.
How he came back.
Yes. It's one of those times you meet somebody and then you fall in love.
How did you? Where did you? Did he come to the institution or really what happened?
No, it was in Naivasha, and he was business. Also, he started his business there, Naivasha. And in some of those meetings, we met.
And
the rest is history. And then he knew my family, he knew my dad. So immediately after he knew me and all that, so we started visiting home. So we became even more friends with my dad than me. And then finally, the rest is history. So I remember my mom saying, I didn't know you people, you are friends. I thought you just met and he introduced to you or whatever, you came home. So he's a friend to the family and me, I'm a whatever. So he could come, you know, he could come even when I go home because he's a friend to the family. Then finally we became
friends to family, and then later on became friends to
yeah, because I think he had worked with, where my dad was working, he was also having like a small shop there. So they had interacted. Yes.
How was life like now that you were working here and he was working as an entrepreneur, and how did you even think of starting the business which boomed in this nation?
After marrying him, he wanted somebody to help on this small hardware that he was having in Naivasha, because his one was doing, he closes the shop to come and pick the hardware to Nairobi and then come and open in the evening. So he felt now he's gotten somebody who can come. Yeah. So he will not be closing. So I'm in the ministry. That is the time I keep on saying you could hang your kabuti and just sneak. So it was, you know, I'm going to Nairobi at 2. So I'll like take a permission there. Yeah, it's go and then handle. Then finally I had to resign with high retirement. So I remember retiring very early at 20-something. I think I had not reached 30.
20-something is when you retired?
Yes, from the yeah. And then I joined now the hardware. And it's because now I think I felt, as I said, I'm an entrepreneur. My communication skills were better, so I could influence many customers to come. So even he was in his own shop, he was asked, why is the owner of the shop? Because now he became like the owner. Like the guy, yeah. And then I think he was happy because he was a bit tired. So I took over and I worked in that hardware, I think, for those years. And then I was there, the time I discovered everything we were selling was being manufactured. So I felt, even me, I want to do manufacturing, but I didn't know what I wanted to manufacture. And while we were at it, we decided to do a bit of research and see. And funny enough, we found in the liquor market, there was a gap in the liquor market. And there was only one brewery in the country. And those who could not afford that were also left to drink whatever is available in their villages and all that. So we said, why don't we come up with a product that is affordable, that is hygienically produced, and that meets international standard. And at the time we came with a fortified wine. That was our initial brand that we introduced in 1998. And within 6 years, it already peaked. And when we were at it, we discovered in the light of the beer, people also, there was a gap, because there was only one brewery again, and people could only enter and say, do you want a barrel cold or warm? And then again we said, why don't we go to abroad? We understand. Because we were not liquor people. Yeah, we had not even drunk and understood. Yeah. So we had to go to abroad. We went to Germany. And the time now we went to a beer garden. And we were told to this is what, this is what, this is what. So we decided to come up with a beer that was not commercial. Commercial meaning it's naturally brewed, sugar-free, and actually had no aftertaste. And no hangover. But hangover we discovered when we came up back here. But that is now the beer that was, how beer was introduced in the world 500 years ago. Yeah, naturally brewed and all that. So we decided to do the brewing law, to follow the brewing law. That's what they call it. But some of these big beers, you see, big brands, you see, they try to do the commercial whatever way. So we knew we cannot break that monopoly unless you come with a unique beer that was how it's supposed to be done. How beer is supposed to be. You're following the brewing law. So immediately after that again, we got the brand. We came down here with it. Of course, we said the brewery to be built, this capacity and all that. Again, having not been engineers and brewers, again, we took the best of the technology because we didn't want to be bothered about the technology. Again, we came in, the technology, employed our local people, at least few foreigners, very few, who came so that they could train our people, and they've trained our people now enough, and our people now can work even without the foreigners.
It's a business you've done, and it has earned its space in the country and even in our neighboring countries. However, there are many times you faced challenges with the government. Can you take us through that and how you managed? Are there times also you differed with your husband on different areas in the business?
Okay, you know what we did?
Yes.
That we broke a monopoly that was there in the liquor market for 80 years. So breaking the monopoly, the people who are there had seriously guarded their space. So coming to break, of course, that's the time now you saw us going through all those challenges. From, I don't know, we found ourselves on the floor of the House of the Parliament, and the members being sponsored to go and take a motion that there is a company, Naivasha is not known what it's doing. Of course, the Kenya Bureau people will come all the following morning, they are all there in arms. But they stood their ground. Even if they were being told to condemn, they stood their ground. After they were unable on that, then again they went to the taxation, that we were paying tax. And that's one of the biggest whatever we've gone through. And you can see we are still in court challenging that. But now with this regime, we are praying that they will, the courts, you know the good thing with the courts, there are three arms of government. I know the executive, the judiciary, and the parliament. But the judiciary have stood.
Are you saying that whatever we've seen on the screens and announcements from KRA is just witch hunt?
It was witch hunt. Yes, it was purely witch hunt, and we'll prove that in court, because you can only prove that in court. But the good thing is that the judiciary is independent, and I've seen them standing their ground and ensuring that they are giving justice to everyone.
It's a business which you've done jointly with Mr. Karanja. However, are there moments you differ on decisions on this serious business?
Okay, of course, the good thing, we respected each other's positions. You see, him, he's been the chairman, I've been the CEO. So every time I take the idea and all that, he's been supportive, and he's really supported me.
When you're working, it's not husband and wife?
No, it's not husband and wife. Even the employees knows that. So when in the boardroom, is the chairman, the CEO, and the rest
At what point are you a wife?
The minute you get to that, inside that door, you become now the wife. Of course, you have to take care of everything else that is happening in the house. Yes.
How did you overcome these moments and these challenges together with your husband and any other business partner you have?
The challenges on the
witch hunt.
Oh, the witch hunt, yeah. The minute we knew that this was witch hunt, we've remained focused, and we ensure that we have to succeed in this. The good thing, we had support of the people. The people supported us so much that they never let us, and every time we could say anything, they listened to us, they walked with us the journey. And then the media also needed to get the full reports on what is happening, so that nobody could now push them to tell them that, you know what, they had to do their own due diligence to understand what is happening.
Kids who are also in the business, we see them. How did you ensure that your kids know what you're doing?
You see now, in a family setup, you are having dinner together, you are having holidays together and all that. So they see daddy and mommy are just talking of the business. So that's the time now, because most of them have also done things to do in marketing, business, finance. So it means they just came in and joined.
You never forced anyone to be?
No, I didn't force, yes. I didn't force anyone.
I know you've had your sad moments. for it, and I'm sorry to say this, I know you lost a daughter.
Mm.
I'm sorry about that.
Mm.
How did you overcome that before you even started thinking of joining the other side? Take us through that moment.
Yeah, it's one of the saddest moment that we ever went through as a family, and I'm always very sorry even for parents that we keep on saying they're going through what we went through. But there's a God in heaven that gives people strength, and after getting that strength is how now we said we'll mourn, but as we move forward.
In your opinion, do you think you got the justice which was required in that case?
It's still ongoing. Of course, it took the wrong route, because we've been in inquest since that time. So, you know, it gives you memory every time in that inquest and all that. And the court had seen the person who did this, who we all know who he is that he had a case to answer. And when it was the dock to take plea on murder charges, that's the time he was called. Then something was called by the DPP to be told to drop that, and we go through the inquest. Of course, it was a shock on us as a family, but there's a God. He gives people power, and we took on the journey. It's taken long. We can say since 2021, 2022, we've been on it, and now we started 2023. And like now, the next mention of the witness, whatever, it is in June. So you can see also, time is running. It's whatever, but there is a God. So
there is a God.
He has held us.
Pray that He's continue
holding us. Yes.
As you go through this.
Yes.
How did her demise affect you in business-wise? And I know she had also a role she played. Yeah,
she was a strategy. She was the strategy director. Of course, nobody can ever fill that gap. The gap she played and the passion she had, nobody can ever fill that gap. But really,
God is kind.
Yeah,
you are a strong woman, and that is one thing I admire.
Yes.
And the world admires about you. How did you decide to transition from the great business you're doing today to politics, and what inspired you to be where you are today?
The politics. It's not that I woke up in the morning to say I wanted to do politics, but the people of Nakuru could see there's something in me. Yeah, they could see there's a leader in me. And they started reaching out. There's a whole weekend, people started saying, this can be our governor, can be our governor. Then out of me, I said, no, I can't be a governor, but I can be a senator. In one day, I'll be a senator. So the whole weekend is as if they had already campaigned for me and concluded that I'll be the next senator of the Nakuru County.
Much campaign.
Yeah. I didn't have much choice. I said, what people are seeing in me, let me take the opportunity and take the chance. And the question was now to balance the chama and all that, because people felt I was a friend of Baba more than...
Oh, really?
But now the question was, what are the people on the ground? What was the Nakuru County? What the Nakuru County? And I always listened to them, and they told me, no, the chama here that is carrying the day and selling is the UDA. And that I must join the UDA. And true to the facts, people supported me, Nakuru people supported me, of Nakuru County.
Do you think you're doing your role as it is required? Because I know you've had a tough moments with your governor. Yes,
I think she was a senator first. So meaning I thought, being my predecessor, I will have that environment.
The luxury
that I will do. That should give me the environment to do to play my role as the senator of Nakuru County. But I was shocked to see the minute I mentioned I mentioned something that was represent the people, especially the hospital, the medical, the health sector, that has been deteriorating every day now and then. And when it is, and you remember we were the top, among the top 3, if not top, maybe top 4. Our health sector was among the top 4 in the country. And now we are almost at the tail. So, and you've seen the doctors complain, the nurses are complaining. Private hospitals been taken over.
Is it a space you'd like to take?
As a governor?
Yes.
To prove that it can be done? Yes, why not? To prove that it can be done, if that is the case, I will.
It's a space.
Yeah, because I don't want people to think that it's because there's a woman. That's what she didn't. She was not. I'm still hopeful
that things will change.
Things will change.
And we really hope so. How do you balance these things? That is politics, business, and also...
And being a mother, yes. I knew from the beginning, this must balance. Even if I fail, I said I will not fail on balancing, because at the end of it, it will be the family and about yourself. So that's when I try to balance. And then, of course, the business, I know I'll wake up early, do what needs to be done. Because it's a company, it's a baby that I've brought up. I'm the co-founder.
Yes.
So I will not close my ears.
Yes.
When there's so many consultations and all that. And then I go to my people, who are the Nakuru people that I love so much.
Yes.
And I love working for them.
So that is where you spend much of
my time, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The questions I'll ask, I need one word answer. Which is your favorite day?
My favorite day? It's a Sunday.
Are you an introvert or extrovert?
Introvert.
If I were to find you somewhere randomly, where could that be?
In my home.
In your home.
Yes.
Favorite car or ride?
Favorite car or ride? I can say I just need a car, smooth, soft, that can make me rich while I'm going.
You have no favorite?
I have no favorite.
Your favorite Bible verse?
My favorite Bible verse, the Lord is my shepherd.
Your favorite quote, and yes, your favorite quote, which keeps you going?
Which keeps me going is that never give up.
Never give up.
Yes.
I say for mine.
And trust in God.
Yes, you can.
On anything you do.
Which is your favorite color?
Favorite color? Black.
Black.
Yes.
Why black anyway?
Yeah.
Everybody has a choice. And at least I can see black.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me an opportunity to hear your story. It's a beautiful one. You keep inspiring and mentoring us each and every day. I know there is a woman watching you today and they think they can't simply because they are in poverty today, or rather they are in challenges and they are struggling and they don't know how to do it. What is your word?
My word is believe in yourself, trust in God, remain focused, work hard, and whatever you want to do, it can be done. Whatever you want to do, it can be done. And then wherever you are, you start to where you are, and then you grow to whatever you want to reach. Right. Yeah, so it's not about, you see Tabitha now, she's where she is. You think now I will not reach there because it's Tabitha. Tabitha started from somewhere.
Deep down in the Rift Valley.
Yes.
And today you are here on the map of the country.
Yes.
Thank you so much for giving me that opportunity to hear your story after many, many days. But I appreciate, and again, it has been a beautiful story. I believe you've been inspired by this beautiful woman and a leader in this country. I said is a trailblazer. Again, any other leader you'd like me to speak to here on Mfahamu Kiongozi, remember, is 22047, and always on our social media handles. I'll definitely look for that leader and we'll get to hear their story. I'm Elizabeth Mutuku. Keep it TV47.
We value